Hello everybody, welcome. Today we're going to talk about something that sits at the very heart of one of the world's great faiths. It's a question that has been asked for centuries, whispered in prayers, and shouted in moments of profound searching. Why did Jesus die for humanity? It's a question that goes beyond just historical fact. It touches the deepest parts of our spirit, our need for meaning, and our search for connection. It's about love, sacrifice, and the hope for something greater than ourselves. Now, I know this is a big topic. It's one that theologians and scholars have dedicated their entire lives to understanding. But today, I want to break it down in a way that feels personal, in a way that we can all connect with, right here, right now. We're going to explore 5 key reasons, drawn from the core of Christian belief, that seek to answer this profound question. These aren't just abstract ideas. They are pillars of faith that have given strength and purpose to billions of people throughout history. My hope for our time together is that we can open our hearts and minds. Whether you are a person of deep faith, someone who is just curious, or perhaps even a little skeptical, there is something here for you. Because at the end of the day, this story is about the incredible power of love and the belief that every single one of us is worthy of redemption. So, let's begin this journey together, shall we? Let's find our aha moment in this powerful story. So the first reason we're going to explore is this powerful idea of reconciliation. To truly get this, we have to understand that from a Christian perspective, something happened that created a separation, a distance between humanity and God. This separation is called sin. Now I know that word can feel heavy, it can feel judgmental, but let's think of it as anything that breaks connection. Those moments of selfishness, of pride, of turning away from the good we know we should do. It's the static on the line that keeps us from hearing that higher, clearer voice within us. Over time, that static builds, creating a chasm that feels impossible to cross on our own. This chasm wasn't just a small gap, it was a profound separation from our very source, from the ultimate love and light. It left humanity feeling lost, disconnected, and searching for a way back home. Imagine feeling estranged from someone you love deeply. That ache in your soul is just a shadow of what this separation represents. The rules and rituals of the old ways were like attempts to build a bridge, stone by stone, but the chasm was too wide, too deep. Humanity, in its own strength, just couldn't reach the other side. A different kind of bridge was needed, one not built by human hands but by divine grace. And this is where Jesus' life, and ultimately his death, comes into the story as the most extraordinary act of bridge building the world has ever known. His sacrifice is seen as the ultimate gesture that spans that great divide. It wasn't about us earning our way back, it was about God reaching across to us. Through faith in what he did, that connection is restored. The static clears. The relationship that was broken is made whole again. It's an invitation to walk across that bridge, to leave the feeling of separation behind, and to step into a renewed personal relationship with the divine. It's coming home. The second reason is one that speaks to the very core of justice and mercy. It's the idea that Jesus paid the penalty for sin. In our own lives, we understand that actions have consequences. If you break a rule, there's a price to pay. In the spiritual sense, the consequence of that separation we just talked about, of sin, was profound. It was a debt that humanity owed. A spiritual weight that was too heavy for any one person to carry. Think about all the hurt in the world, all the mistakes, all the brokenness going all the way back to the beginning. It accumulates, creating a debt that seems insurmountable. It's a bill that keeps getting bigger, and no one has the currency to pay it. Now here is the most radical part of this belief. Jesus, who is believed to be completely without sin, without any personal debt to pay, voluntarily stepped forward. He saw humanity struggling under this impossible weight, and he said, "I'll take it. I'll carry it for them." He, the one person who was innocent, took on the full consequence of everyone else's guilt. It's like someone who is immeasurably wealthy walking into a debtor's prison and paying the price for every single person in there, setting them all free, not because they deserved it, but out of sheer astonishing grace. This act wasn't about appeasing an angry judge. It was about satisfying the very nature of justice while simultaneously demonstrating the deepest mercy. He took the punishment so that we wouldn't have to. His death is seen as the ultimate payment, the paid in full stamp on humanity's overwhelming debt. It means that when you feel the weight of your own mistakes, your own shortcomings, you can look to this act and understand that the price has already been paid. You are not defined by your debt, because someone else, out of perfect love, has already cleared your account. That is a freedom that can change everything. This brings us to our third reason, and oh, this one is just so beautiful. It's that Jesus' sacrifice was the ultimate, undeniable demonstration of God's love for us. We often hear God is love, but what does that really mean? It's not a passive, sentimental feeling. The love described here is an active, sacrificial, all-in kind of love. It's easy to love those who love you back. It's easy to be kind to those who are kind to you. But the Bible says that Jesus did this while we were still sinners, while we were still turned away, still living in that separation, still messing things up. That is a whole different level of love. Think about the greatest act of love you have ever witnessed or experienced. Maybe it was a parent's sacrifice for a child, a friend's unwavering loyalty, or a stranger's profound act of kindness. Now, magnify that by infinity. That is the love that is being demonstrated here. It's a love that doesn't wait for you to be perfect. It's a love that doesn't require you to clean up your act first. It meets you right where you are, in the middle of your mess, in the middle of your brokenness, and says, you are worthy of this love. You are worthy of this sacrifice. It's a love that is proactive, not reactive. It's God not just saying I love you, but showing it in the most profound way possible. The cross becomes the ultimate love letter to humanity, written not in ink, but in sacrifice. It's meant to silence every doubt you might have about your worth, every whisper that tells you you're not good enough. This act declares, for all of time, that you are loved beyond measure, with a love so powerful that it was willing to endure the unimaginable just for the chance to have a relationship with you. And that, my friends, is a truth that can heal the deepest wounds. And because of that incredible love, we come to our fourth reason to offer salvation to every single person. Salvation is another one of those big church words, isn't it? But let's break it down. At its core, salvation means being saved. Saved from what? Saved from that eternal separation we talked about, saved from the ultimate consequence of our brokenness, and saved for a life of purpose, meaning, and eternal connection with God. It's the ultimate rescue mission. It's being pulled from the churning waters into the safety of a lifeboat. The most incredible part of this offer is that it is a gift. It is completely 100% free. In our world, almost nothing is free. We are taught from a young age that you have to work for what you get. You have to earn your keep. You have to prove your worth. We are constantly striving, achieving, and trying to measure up. But this gift of salvation completely turns that thinking on its head. It's not something you can earn, buy, or deserve. If we could earn it, then Jesus' sacrifice wouldn't have been necessary. The whole point is that it's beyond our ability to achieve on our own. All that is required to receive this gift is to believe and accept it. It's an act of faith. It's unclenching your fists from all the things you're trying to control and opening your hands to receive something you could never have obtained for yourself. The death and resurrection of Jesus made this gift available to all, no matter who you are, where you're from, or what you've done. It's a universal invitation extended to everyone, to step into a new reality, a new life, a new hope. It is grace, pure and simple, offered with an open hand. The only question is, will we accept it? Our fifth and final reason is a triumphant one. It's the belief that through his death and resurrection, Jesus conquered evil and death itself. For all of human history, death has been the great final enemy. It's the one thing no one can escape. It casts a shadow over our lives, creating fear and uncertainty. Along with death, the presence of evil, of darkness, of suffering in the world can feel overwhelming, as if it has the upper hand. We see it on the news, and sometimes we feel it in our own lives, this sense that the darkness is winning. The story of the crucifixion is the moment where it looked like evil and death had won their greatest victory. The best, most loving person to ever walk the earth was unjustly killed. Darkness seemed to have extinguished the light. For the disciples and followers of Jesus, that Friday and Saturday must have been the darkest days of their lives, filled with despair, fear, and the crushing feeling that all hope was lost. It was the ultimate demonstration of the world's brokenness and the power of death. But then came Sunday morning. The resurrection is the ultimate plot twist in the story of humanity. It is God declaring that death does not have the final say, that love is stronger than hate, that light is more powerful than darkness, that life triumphs over the grave. Jesus' rising from the dead is seen as the ultimate victory, breaking the power of sin and death forever. It means that for those who believe, death is not an end but a doorway. It's the promise that evil will not win in the end. It infuses life with an unshakable hope, a confidence that no matter how dark the Friday seems, Sunday is always coming. So as we bring our time together to a close, let's just hold these 5 powerful truths in our hearts for a moment. First, that Jesus' death was to reconcile us, to bridge that great divide, and bring us back home to God. Second, that he paid the price for our mistakes, setting us free from a debt we could never pay. Third, it was the ultimate demonstration of a love so profound it meets us exactly where we are. Fourth, it makes the free gift of salvation and new life available to every single one of us. And finally, it was the ultimate victory over the darkness, conquering evil and death itself. These aren't just points in a theological argument, they are invitations. They are invitations to experience a deeper connection, a more profound freedom, a greater love, and a more resilient hope. The story of Jesus' sacrifice is at its core a story about your value. It's a story that says you are worth reconciling, you are worth redeeming, you are worth demonstrating immense love for, you are worth saving, and you are worth fighting for. That is the truth at the center of this message. I encourage you to take some time this week to just sit with these ideas. Which one speaks to you the most right now? What does it mean for your life to know you are loved that much? Reflect on the significance of this sacrifice not as a historical event, but as a personal truth that has the power to transform your life from the inside out. Thank you for sharing this time with me today. Go in peace and know that you are deeply and profoundly loved.